Hope you hear me well. Indeed, glad to be with you all today. Let me introduce first myself quickly to picture the case study that I will show you. So 25 years in FP&A now, in different industries, can be insurance, commercial products, and now industrial business. 15 years I'm working for this Belgium company as stock exchange Euronext. We produce, operate medical devices all around the world, mainly to diagnostic, let's say, cancer, but also treat cancer. So the idea today is to share with you guys, let's say, our life around AI and what we're living today, basically. So first thing is that, I mean, there is three pillars around AI. There's people, there's data, and technology. The three aspects are quite important and not to be, let's say, neglected, especially for people, knowing that there is all change management behind all of that. So let's take the three of them one by one, and let's start with people. So around people, what did we do? So first of all, we published artificial intelligence governance just to make sure that we have, let's say, a governance around it, that people knows what they can do, cannot do. So, for example, we ban some, let's say, artificial intelligence. We promote some others just for security reasons, for example. We also set up some lunch and stations for people. We have 2,000 people around the world. So it was important to, let's say, make them acquainted to this new technology, this new tool, which is AI. So we had partnership with like the Belgium Business School for that. Also, we create new positions like data scientists within finance. That's also very important because it's like new roles that we need to, let's say, put in place in the company. And we started with the, let's say, most simple part, which is accessible for people, which is mainly RPA. So the robotic process automation for some FP&A transactions. And thanks to that, we've been able, despite the 13% annual growth, to keep the same staff. So it's a faster delivery, basically with the same number of people. We also try for people, let's say, all the AI which is available in all the business suite. It can be for presentation. We have like AI designers now. One which is very nice, and I'll talk briefly after, it's all about chatbot to automate FAQ. And finally, make sure that people start to use AI on a regular basis. Let's say, for example, for meeting summary. So there's more and more tools to help and basically optimize the time of FP&A people. So that's about people. It's not finished. Of course, it takes lots of time, but about data now, there's also a lot to do on that. So what have we done about data? So it depends on the companies, but for our company, most of our revenues is coming from service. And so we wanted to first start with that. So we worked on set up OIT on the machines that we are selling and monitoring to reduce the failure rate of our machines to be able to have a preventive maintenance. And that is important also for FP&A people because we've been able to, let's say, make sure that we know what's going to be our drivers behind that. And it helps for our financial model and forecasting behind. So again, depends on the type of company you have, but you might think about what you want to monitor. In terms of other data, so there's master data, which is quite critical, and wanted to put governance around it to make sure that there is a clear responsibility. That was also a key milestone. And we designed financial model based on key drivers, internal or external. We were doing that basically before in basically Excel files, but now we're moving to, let's say, integrate that within the ERP to have, let's say, something a bit more easy to do scenarios. Data cleaning. We all suffer about that, especially when we try to do ERP upgrades. So that's something that we don't want to repeat. Then the master data governance. So we spend quite a lot of time on that also. And finally, try to simplify as much as we could. So for us, for example, revenue recognition is like a big matter, IFRS 15. So we try to simplify what we could in the model to keep what is very essential for the business. And the final one, technology. Usually we jump into that straight away. But for us, it's like the third pillar. So we had like, let's say, an idea about where we want to go, we had a roadmap for our IT guys. So first we did a ERP upgrade. We tried to integrate as much as we could advanced planning, group consolidation with it. It's still ongoing, actually, as we speak. We also tried to implement also a new HR system because it's covering quite a lot of our costs. So we wanted to have workforce planning also integrated into it. But to do all of that also wanted to, let's say, save some time for our FP&A people. And for that, now we have like chatbot, which is definitely much more advanced with AI. And we are trying now to make sure that 50% of the recurring questions are, let's say, answered by chatbot. So we're working on it. So again, a matter of implementing, testing, believing in it. But I believe it can be a huge success to implement chatbot within finance. Implement new FP&A solutions. It was also key because nowadays, I mean, all variance analysis, for example, can be done through AI. Of course, you always have a human eye on it, but there was also a way to, let's say, save some time for what matters. And everything which can be automated can be done through AI. And nowadays, lots of solutions available on the market are providing that. And the last step that we're looking forward, it's not yet there, but in the plan is to use also Gen AI to personalize, let's say, what we are providing to our, let's say, customers, internal customers like management or even like the operation teams. To have, like, say, their own insights based on what they need, also providing scenario planning. So that is what we're looking into the future. But first, of course, we had to go through all those first steps that I mentioned before. So in general, that's where we stand. It's a long journey. It takes a lot of time, also in change management, and we'll discuss after in the next discussion. So we cannot avoid, let's say, using AI because it's a big change, but we need to plan it and we need to tackle those three aspects, which can be indeed people, can be data, and also technology as such.